Good evening, Norfolk. The countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast with your host for the evening, Rupert Appleton and Charlie Wall. You have been listening to with the host with the most from the countrysides of Norfolk, reign supreme, Charlie Wall and Rupert Appleton.
Testing 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3.
As well, like a banana. I think this podcast will go live. It's the best.
Good evening, Norfolk. The countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast with your host for the evening, Rupert Appleton and Charlie Wall. Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast.
Hello. Welcome to the Friday Feelings Podcast. But it's not Friday, I hear you beckoning. Well, Friday is today. Today is Friday. Friday is the new Monday. And here we are on a wonderful July day. It's the 20th, it's a Monday, and it's the Friday Feelings Podcast. We have on this wonderful Monday a Charlie Wall with us. How are you?
Hello. I'm pretty good.
Hello to you too. Well, here we are. It's Monday. Charlie, what are we doing here?
We couldn't be asked to do it on Friday. We thought, we don't have any viewers, why do we care? Let's just do it on Monday.
That couldn't be further from the truth. No, we had technical difficulties. Thank you for dropping us in it yet again, Charlie. No, it's a Friday Feelings Monday edition. Aren't you lucky? You get 2 wonderful entries of our voices in your week. At the beginning and at the end. Wowee. What more could you want, Charlie?
Well, let's call it Monday Motivation Podcast rather than Friday Feelings.
Monday Motivation. We could coin that. If you've got a better name, please tune in, because I refuse to use that one. It sounds awful. Maybe Monday Montage. A roundup of the weekend's escapades.
No. I prefer the Monday Motivation.
Of course you would. Well, speaking of motivation and escapades, Charlie, how are you doing this Monday? What did you do at the weekend and last week?
Most of my time has been filled sorting out this lovely summer festival, which is coming up on August the 10th.
Oh, tell us more.
So guys, August the 10th to August the 14th, Monday to Friday, we are running... Well, actually, no, that's wrong. Although we are overseeing the running of it, we are part of a huge partnership of other organisations that are going to be bringing to you the Youth West Summer Fest, which is online. And this lovely Youth West Summer Fest is a dedication to activities, education and activism, with a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of activities and a lot of guest speakers and a lot of physical activity, and it's just a chance for people to do nearly anything. All you got to do is go to www.youthwestsummerfest, all one word, .com. That is www.youthwestsummerfest.com, and on there you can pre-order your ticket, which is 100% free of charge, and you can join us at the festival, which will be on August the 10th. It is going to be absolutely incredible. Rupert, you go.
I think I might partake in it. I believe I'm doing many things for it, whether it's the planning and preparation, a 2k mile run and motivational walk, or some basic circuit training. Wowee, I'm going to be fit at the beginning and the end. Let's hope we can get our Mondays and Fridays on the correct dates. But yes, really looking forward to our summer event. It's going to be a whirlwind of talent, showcasing education and joyous fun. Ooh.
Hoorah.
Hoorah, rockstar. Charlie, did you get up to anything at the weekend or week? Come on, what's fun and different?
Played Sea of Thieves on Xbox.
Did you? You didn't invite me.
No, you went online, I did check. I played on Sunday.
I wasn't. You know, I'm a horrible person, really.
You actually are, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. What else? Did you do any embassy missions? Did you pillage other ships?
We did Reaper emissary, got to level 4. Actually had a really good team. We got all the way to level 4, sank a couple of ships, got a load of loot, sold all the loot, went back out to sea to try and turn it into a level 5. Another ship shot us twice, and when I turned around, because we designated someone captain, and when I said, what should we do, captain, my other 2 crewmates had logged off and left me on my own with a level 4 emissary Reapers. So it was basically me for an hour trying to run.
I think for anyone who doesn't understand Sea of Thieves, Imagine you're wearing wellies as protection to a gunshot to your foot. That's basically the predicament you sort of put yourself in, really.
Yeah.
It's nothing's going to stop it.
Nope. And we ended up getting sunk in the end. We lost our emissary, but it was all good in the hood.
All good in the hood. You heard it here. The hood was good.
And if you would like to join us on a sea-based mission, you can. With the upcoming changes to our gaming session, which is every Monday, 1 PM till 3 PM.
Very exciting. Now, Charlie, I've got an Xbox, but I don't have any online games. I believe I need this gold service, but I don't have any pennies.
You better go ask your mum and dad. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. One good thing about YMCA, which is pretty handy, is that if you want to join in on the gaming sessions, just ping us a message on either Facebook at #YMCA Norfolk Youth or on our Instagram, which is YMCA_youth, or even on twitch.tv/YMCA Norfolk Youth when we're actually broadcasting to say you need to Xbox Live. We will drop you a private message via one of them. So long as you take part in the gaming sessions for at least half the sessions, we will give you a free 1 month Xbox Live code every month for you to use. And that doesn't mean like it will stop working when you're not online with us. It means once you've played the session, you've then got free use of that license to do it with as many of your friends as possible.
Wow. Oh, limited time offer. That sounds too good to be true and miss. Well, that's enough of our boring voices. Let's go into a game. I've spiced it up for the Monday Motivational Friday Evenings podcast. So, Charlie, we're going to throw everything out the window. We're not going to have I moustache you a question. We must play I moustache. I can't think of another moustache joke. You must moustache give me an answer. Get the game music on.
I'll put it on earlier. I didn't realise you were just going to take so long to do the introduction. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, I've got a game show now. It's actually called Are We Visiting? We've got to guess what we are able to go and visit with the new lockdown rules, and if we're allowed to visit now or have been. You can sort of skirt around the edges, give me your analysis, and give me what you think the answer is. I'm going to give you locations, events, and places, and I need you to tell me if it's safe to visit, if I can visit, how I can visit, and why. Any form of those answers will do. So the first one, Charlie Wall, is, are we visiting the library?
The library? Ooh. Yes.
Wrong. Most libraries are still closed and going to be open up on the 25th of this month.
What about the portable libraries?
Pardon?
What about portable libraries?
What portable library? That's called a Kindle.
Look, Google it. Mobile libraries.
Okay, well, I haven't looked at mobile libraries. I'm sorry, my library on wheels knowledge isn't factually up to date.
What about libraries online?
Online libraries are obviously available, but the physical libraries are. Okay.
Fine.
You don't get paid just because you've got a smug look on your face. You don't get paid. Okay, Charlie, are we visiting a national trust?
Is that like heritage stuff?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
You can indeed. All the gardens are open, but the houses are not yet, and probably won't be open this year, all of them. I believe some cafes are open, and it's on a pre-book basis still. Wowee. Ollie, are we visiting the fun fair? Ooh.
Oh, that's a hard one. No.
Why do you think that?
Because I think they open on the 25th this week.
They do indeed, some of them. People's discretion, you are correct. You've got 2 points in the bag. Okay, are we visiting a shoe shop?
Shoe shop? Yep.
Correct, wonderful. Clarks and other forms of shoe wares are now open, and it's all good. Okay, Charlie Wall, are we visiting Wales?
Wales? No. Wales and Scotland are following different guidelines to England.
Oh, you got me in my comments. Scotland, you might be able to visit if you're lucky in certain parameters, but unfortunately, Wales is still a massive part of a lockdown. You can get it due to certain restrictions that are being relieved, but no, it's stay away from Wales for a little while longer, please. Well done. Oh, you only get another point for that. Okay, Charlie Wall, can I visit on a Monday today? Can I visit Leicestershire? Leicester.
Ooh, that's a difficult one because they've been in localised lockdown now.
Monday today, can I visit?
Just visit.
Enter and do my usual thing.
I'm going to go with a yes.
Well, you're wrong, I'm afraid. Leicester is still on lockdown. At massive parts, pubs, clubs, shoemakers and fun fairs are all still closed, including the public library.
That's what happens when you have social distance.
Indeed. Okay, Charlie Wall, can I go swimming in a swimming pool?
Oh, that's a good question because leisure centres are due to open at the end of this month, but I don't think the swim pools are yet to open. So I'm going to say no.
And you'd be correct. Swimming chlorine, I don't think, can do wonders just yet, although it is up for discretion on the 25th of this month. Some, along with my next one, are gyms going to open with swimming pools, Charlie?
Gyms are opening on the end of this month.
Yeah, you've smashed it again. You got a double point there. Okay, we're going to go with a bit of a risque one, which we wouldn't recommend everyone. What about casinos?
Casinos. I'm going to say casinos fall under the same category of nightclubs, and if they do, then it's a no.
Well, you have bitten the bit there, and you are incorrect. Casinos are going to open soon.
Oh, wow.
Indeed, you can keep social distancing on a slot machine. Who would have thought?
There you go, you gamblers out there who have got addictions. Yeah, not too long.
Issues, please get in contact. Okay, what if I want to go to church and get married?
Yes.
Okay, you are correct, but for a bonus mark, can you tell me how many people I can have at my wedding ceremony?
Is there an actual number, or is it dependent on size?
Number in a building you are allowed to have.
20.
I'll give you a second guess. It's higher.
50.
Oh, it's 30. Should have gone up by 10. 30 people. You can have an open wedding ceremony. Chapels and other small churches, obviously, you have some discretion over there from the vicar, curate, or leader of that church. But yes, they are. Okay, I want to give you. Can I go to a football match?
No.
Ooh. And you're right again. I'm not allowed to go to a football match yet. They're all closed. Okay, what if I want to go and see a cinema or live production at the theatre?
Okay, so yes to the cinema. I'm saying no to the theatre unless it's drive-in.
Driving we spoke about earlier. Cinemas are going to open with really strict guidelines. I'm not sure about food, but theatres are looking to open depending on who wants to perform. So I don't expect Les Mis to be performed at the London theatres, but I expect smaller companies or comedians or small groups to be able to perform in social theatres.
I was about to say, the government just put out that massive payout, didn't they, for drama and theatre-based organisations, so I assume they're going to stay closed for a little bit longer for that reason.
They are going to be staying closed, just they're like little groups, as it were.
Yep.
Okay, Charlie, can I visit the barbers and get my Hagrid-style hair locked off?
Well, as you can tell from my new trim, yes, you can.
Huzzah! I can indeed. The joy of a barber shop, indeed. Okay, what happens if I want to go to the zoo and see a penguin?
Oh, that's a complicated one. So you can go to the zoo so long as the attractions you visit are outdoors.
Ah, you've got that. Yes, well done. You can go to most zoos which have outdoor attractions, but indoor attractions are blocked or unseeable and unenterable. I don't know what enterable means, but we'll go with it. Yes, a zoo, you can go see one of these things. Okay, lastly, can I go and see a gig?
Well, that's complicated. Technically, yes, but actually, no.
Oh, give me your reasoning.
Well, for people like myself who like to go to concerts and rock concerts and stuff like that, they've invented something called the drive-in concerts, which actually there's loads now. Actually, you can buy tickets for. So yes, on the sense that you can park up in your car, you get given, and it's not just you stay in your car; it's that you get given like a perimeter where you can walk around with your car, so you can mosh out, you can still drink and all that other stuff. I mean, you can't drive your car afterwards, but you can drink. But you can't.
My fruit shoot though.
Yep, but you cannot actually have crowds of like 100,000 people pushed to the front and scream at Justin Bieber for his underwear.
Well, apparently you can have a gig outside of up to 200 people.
What?
Apparently, government guidelines have stated you can have, or they're going to allow, up to 200 people. When the first gigs start to come in, I can't remember which ones they are, but I think 4 gigs have been allocated 200 tickets. So I'd imagine ticket prices are going to go up.
I was about to say, they're going to go up heavily.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So be sensible when you have your fruit shoots, is all we're going to say.
Yeah, well, congratulations to all those people that get Downtown Abbey style income. You can go and watch whatever band you want.
Indeed. And I've got one other question. Charlie, I want to visit another country, but I'm going to choose a country. Can I go to Wuhan?
Wuhan?
Indeed, where Corona apparently broke out.
Yes.
You can indeed. They say it's probably one of the cleanest places to visit now because they've decontaminated it all. I think you probably have to take a few flights to get there, and you won't ever be able to get a direct flight, but I'm sure for those people out there, you can visit. Okay, and the last one, can I go to the UAE? And you get a bonus point if you tell me what the country stands for. UAE.
That's the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, you've smashed it. And can I to the UAE?
Well, they're a very natural, paranoid country. It is sometimes, so I'm going to say no. I think they're still actually in the. I think they're now beginning to experience coronavirus a little bit, and I think they're locked down because they've watched everybody else do it. They've done it a little bit better.
Well, I think your news is mildly out of date because they are saying it's one of the safest countries now. You can fly in, get a temperature check and test on the spot, and if you pass those, you are allowed free social distance ruled experience in the country.
But what if you don't pass?
Oh, you get sent home.
Okay, so it's like a 50-50 really, or a corona non-corona.
Yeah.
It's a corona non-corona situation there.
They've limited the social distancing. They are really limiting people in and out of the country, and they've not been affected hard by coronavirus, which is wonderful. So you can go and enjoy the desert sands or the wonderful bits of Dubai and all the wonderful.
They do have some really nice man-made things to view there.
It's a wonderful place for a tourist to visit. They don't just want to be seen as an oil country anymore. They want to boost their income as a tourist attraction, as it were. They want to boost the economy, and they've done it very, very well. Spent a huge amount of money on it, and it's successful. Go and visit. See if it's safe to do so. I've been there once in my life. I'm a very privileged man. Yes. Days. There we are, the sandy dunes of Dubai to the Monday meetings motivational in the countryside where the cows and pigs reign supreme. I wonder where
they do.
Okay, well that's the end of our quiz. Are we visiting? Thank you very much for taking Charlie Wall.
Thank you for
let's
having
plow
me.
straight into this because we want to make this a short and sweet podcast. Let's give you the news. Charlie, do you know of any news? Boris Johnson had a massive amount to say on Friday.
News. Okay, so Boris is extremely positive around the idea of us having a COVID-free Christmas, or as close as possible.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day, COVID
Took it away.
disappeared. No, it didn't take anything away.
It took my lungs away.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to the positivity and on.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so what have we got? September guidelines are out for all the schools in the UK to go back. And obviously the fines for missing school if you've got shielding kids and parents is discretional. I don't think they're going to go ahead with it, but September school's going to be probably based in year groups, but social distancing won't be at schools, they are thinking.
Oh wow.
So they're going to drop the social distancing at schools but keep them outside, but they're going to bubble year groups as much as they can in different sections of the schools. So that's big news. You'll be going back to school in September, hopefully hunky-dory and as normal as possible.
Yay.
That's good news. What else have we got? Returning to work and education is looking positive. All forms of public transport have now been opened, including taxis. Woo! Trains,
They
buses,
shut?
Well, they were. Oh, quite a lot of them were.
Were they?
Well,
Oh.
a few taxi firms were. But all trains are going to be back up, hopefully. But obviously, face masks are going to be mandatory. Where else are face masks going to be mandatory?
So the official wording is face masks are mandatory in all retail establishments. Now, but when you say retail, people think shops like clothes shops, stuff like that. It is any business where you have to go to the till.
Yep.
So that means if you go to like Greg's, although it's classed as a restaurant, because you have to go to the till to physically pay, it is a retail establishment. Therefore, you must wear a face mask in Greg's.
Indeed. How do I eat my sausage roll, you ask? Not in the shop. Eat it at home.
Yep.
Simple.
But it's the same as Witherspoons, though, isn't it? Because you have to go up to the till, therefore that is a retail establishment. Unless you use the order and pay app. But then...
Yep. No, I fully agree. From the 25th of July, indoor gyms, pools and other sports facilities inside and out will open.
Do you have to wear a face mask? Because you have to go to the till to get in.
I think you probably will, yes. So, if you really want a tough workout, wear a face mask, because you won't be able to breathe as quickly when doing those burpees.
Yeah.
Ooh, a burpee.
Yep.
On the 1st of August, government will update its advice on going back to work. So it will be on the employer's discretion-based schemes to see if we go back to work in offices or back home. Yay!
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a lot of success stories of a lot of work because before the coronavirus, a lot of places just didn't let people work at home. I think it's the old age myth of if you work at home, you're not going to do any work. But a lot of people have had a lot of successful case studies where they've seen their businesses either grow or sustained because workers have done a good job at home still.
That's it. People love their jobs. I think that's what we've taken home from this. People do like their jobs, so we hope we keep them. On the 1st of August as well, on the same date, most of the remaining leisure settings, including bowling, skating rinks, equestrian sports, casinos, and other close contact services like beauticians and like nail parlours, things like that, are going to be opening on the 1st of August, if not the 25th. So that's good. I can get my nails done and go horse riding. Hooray!
Perfect. And you can throw a bowling ball while you're at it.
Indeed. I can play polo on a casino horse with my long nails.
Yep. It's going to be a good time to be alive.
Oh, yes. And indoor theatres will obviously resume, but they will have strict social distance guidelines. And I'm not sure if food will be able to be consumed or not. I haven't read all the guidelines, but you might not be able to buy all your hot food and things like that. But wear a mask. If you don't have a mask, please get one, is what we recommend. But what I would recommend is when you have a mask, don't touch the outside of it. I want to talk about this. So, Charlie, if I had COVID and I was standing next to you and I coughed onto your mask, what would you do with your mask?
I'd bloody burn the thing. I'd put it in a box within a box within a box, pour it with petrol, burn it, and then probably kidney punch you for coughing on me.
Indeed. Oh, what a wonderful thought. He's a friendly man, really. So, unfortunately, people seem to not really think about when they have their masks. So, if someone gets COVID on the outside of your mask, joy, you haven't got COVID because your mask has caught it. But unfortunately, you breathe on your mask with your hot, moist breath. Therefore, COVID lives and thrives and grows on the outside of your mask.
Yep.
So when you take your mask off, take it off by the string and don't touch the outside. If you touch the outside of the mask, your hands will have COVID and then you'll get it onto your face or anywhere else.
Now,
unfortunately,
one thing to add to this, the main reason, so a lot of people are like, what's the point of wearing masks? Because you've got so many medical professionals coming on TV going, certain masks don't work, these masks don't work. The amount of confusion around what masks work and which ones don't is incredible. Now, all masks work in the sense of, although, because like they've done tests where when you breathe, you can actually still see the breath come out. It doesn't mean that, when we say breath, I mean like moisture. The reason that they want everybody to wear masks in close quarter settings is not because it protects you from getting COVID. It's because if somebody has COVID and is asymptomatic or has not yet presented any symptoms and they're wearing a mask, it reduces or even removes the spread, the 2 metre requirement. So if you wear a mask, you're protecting another person.
I fully agree. A mask doesn't protect just you, it protects other people and stops you from giving it to other people. Yep, so I think masks are a good idea.
So if you're in a position where like you feel like you shouldn't have to wear a mask, just think if you like, I don't know, somebody you cared about, somebody you knew was going shopping, you would, and somebody had COVID-19, you would want that person with COVID-19 to be wearing a mask to stop them giving it to somebody you know. That's the way you need to look at it, and therefore for that reason you should be doing exactly the same.
Indeed. There's some good advice. We don't have much, but there we are. There's your fact of the day. Moving on, wedding receptions are up to 30 people will also be allowed from next month. Hooray, I might be able to get married in November. Whoop whoop. Cannot wait for that. Gigs, obviously 200 people, discretionary for what happens and where. That's exciting for you music lovers out there. And as I said, from September, schools, nurseries and colleges will be open from a full-time basis, but they're not sure about universities yet. They're looking to reopen them fully, but they still might be able to do some distance learning.
Like I say, a lot of universities have resided to the fact that they're not going to be open until next year. And I think the UEA has mentioned that. I'm not 100% certain.
I don't think they've fully committed yet.
They just mentioned that they're all prepared to do it if needs be.
Yeah, it's a bit rubbish really, because you pay all this money to go away from home for the first time, and you want sort of face-to-face learning. You just want a unique experience. So it's a strange balance, really.
It is a unique experience.
Yeah, you want that experience, don't you? And you're paying, you could be £900,000 in debt, as it were. If they might disband tuition fees, which might be a blessing for everyone. But until that happens, people are a bit umming and ahhing about going to uni or not.
Can you imagine that? In like 30 years' time, when someone's kid wants to go to university, they're going to be like, Dad, what did you do at university? Did you go and drink? No. Did you go and go out eating all the time at restaurants? No. Did you go and buy loads? No. What did you do? Stayed 2 metres away from my closest friend and had to self-isolate.
I also love your summary of university experience. Drinking, fruit sheets provided, eating out all the time, and seeing friends.
And partying.
In a nutshell, really. Fruit sheets for everyone.
And partying, and gigs, and festivals. Basically, everybody that wanted to go to university this year, unlucky, Kentucky.
Yeah. Again, you've been affected by it. Wow, we're full of positivities, aren't we? Okay, from October, we'll allow audiences return to stadiums, while other conferences and business events can recommence, but it's just subject to pilot outcomes. So if you want to go and see a football stadium, it might be open in October if you're lucky. That's the earliest you're going to be able to go watch a football team or sports, basically, indoors or out or stadium-wise. It's going to be a long time, and it's tough.
But if you want to support your team, just go buy a little cardboard cutout.
Indeed. Support your team, buy a cutout. I think it's probably good to say, well, not good, but Norwich have officially been relegated.
Unlucky.
Indeed, but your local team has been upgraded, haven't they?
Yeah, was it like £400 for a season ticket? You can finally upgrade those shoes we got from the 80s.
What are they called? It's just Kings Lynn FC, is it?
No, I think it's the Linettes they're known as.
It's been promoted. There we go.
We're now in the Premier League. Whee!
I don't think you are. Not a chance. But there we are. The Prime Minister is related to plans about pausing the shielding programme for vulnerable people. I think that's still really discretional. I think if you are shielding, wait for advice from the NHS, but they're looking into it. So if you are shielding, they are still thinking of you. Don't get swamped by the fact that you've just been left. Hotels and B&Bs have opened. Hooray! Some indoor venues are still not open for hotels, but and food and drink, but you can stay in Airbnbs and hotels.
Just want to chuck a big shout out to those hotels and B&Bs out there during the lockdown. The command was given for homeless to be removed from the streets, and it was nice to see that the Premier Inns, Holiday Inns out there, and the other ones that are similar stepped up and made sure that the homeless were provided a safe bed to sleep at night during this really tough period.
As well as the NHS staff as well, they were given
speaking of that, thank you for providing accommodation to our heroes in blue.
Indeed. There's not much that hopefully hasn't already been said by the world, but we will definitely pass on congratulations, because it's an unmeasurable achievement what they've managed to pull through together with, and they should gain everybody's confidence in what they've achieved.
Yep.
Places of worship have been opened as well for prayer, and not many services. And I think that was the last bit of news. Leicestershire still in lockdown.
Yeah, unlucky Leicester.
If we drop the ball, we'll be Leicester. So wear a mask, stay indoors, stay safe, protect yourself, really. A whirlwind of news, really. There's lots going on, and I think this Friday on the Friday Things podcast I'll have even more to chew through, but those are the main updates, really, and there's a lot there. A lot of things are opening and a lot of things are changing, but for the better.
If you want to take anything away from it, though, just remember COVID-19 is not over yet. Just because millions of people are at the beach, just because everybody's shopping, people are going to gigs, there is still a virus out there that we have no immune system to at the moment.
Indeed. Me and Charlie saw each other today, and probably at least an hour of our time was dedicated to cleaning at the beginning and at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good time to be alive.
We clean a lot. PPE, sanitisation for the nation. Yep. Charlie, have you got any news or updates?
YMCA is coming out of their shell again. We're coming out of hibernation. We're coming back, people. So if you live in the following areas: Galston, Great Yarmouth, Acle, Catton Grove in Norwich. If you live in Horsford, if you live in Kings Lynn, and I think that's it, and Thetford, actually, pay very close attention, because we may already or are soon to be coming to your area. Now, let's be very, 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 very clear. We're not in any way saying come in your hordes. We are still conforming to government guidelines. So please pay attention to any upcoming information, because chances are all of our sessions are pre-book only, based on the government guidelines of the maximum number of people that can meet within a public area. And it will be first come, first serve. But that does not mean you are alone. We still have all our online stuff, so you can still message us if you're in crisis, if you can still message us if you want to have a chat. You can still take part in our online gaming sessions. We have a festival coming up. We are sky's the limit for us at the moment. We are working hard to ensure that the youth of Norfolk are very well supported.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, exciting things. Oh, that's it. That's all I've got, Charlie. Yeah. I've come to the end. That was my finale. That was the matinee. That wasn't the matinee. This is the matinee for Friday, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday, people.
That is it for the Friday Feelings podcast Monday special. We flew through lots of things. We might play another variety of Are We Attending or Are We Going on Friday, but we'll have a wealth of more things to share and showcase to you, including what we've been up to in the week, what activities I've been involved with as a part of my detached work, and so will Charlie. we hope you have a wonderful start to your week.
One more thing to add. You might notice over the next week that the amount of information going on our Instagram and Facebook drops. Do not panic, we have not disappeared. Just go to our website, www.ymcanorfolkyouthsuite.org. We will now be uploading all of the content around coronavirus, all of our podcasts, all of our videos, will be all going onto the website. Instead, what we want to do is we want to dedicate our Instagram and our Facebook to those detached and outreach youth sessions. So those young people that are coming out, taking part in activities, so we can highlight the attendance and highlight the great dedication.
Indeed. I feel like you're going to reference the Killers every time. You know, we're coming out of our cave and we're doing it just fine.
I'm Mr. Brightside.
Yay. Well, let's not burst into song. We promised karaoke before. If we get 10 likes, we'll do some more. We'll see you soon, Friday Feeling Podcasters.
Toodles.
You have been listening to the Friday Podcast with the host with the most. From the countrysides of Norfolk, where the cows and pigs reign supreme, Charlie Wall and Rupert Appleton.